Thanks for having us here. This is a fabulous shop.
Thanks.
How long have you been here?
We've been here, we opened July 1st officially, so
Not
this
even
year.
a year.
Not even a year.
What was your journey to being an entrepreneur?
Gosh, it probably started when I was 12. I think I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur at some point. I started when I was just young, My mom didn't have a lot of money, so I always had to think of ways to make money for myself. So I started with a little cookie business. I would make cookies and send them with my mom to work, and she'd sell them to her coworkers. So I think there's always been an entrepreneur spirit in me, and 10 years ago I started an embroidery and screen printing business. So I own Dreamcatcher Promotions as well. So I started with that. I seen that there was a need out there, like everybody was wearing something embroidered, so I was like, oh, that'd be a really cool business idea, So I bought this used embroidery machine, and I learned how to embroider on YouTube. Like, I still don't know how to sew. You give me a needle and a thread right now, I still can sew a straight line, but I learned how to embroider watching YouTube videos. So I had my little pop-up embroidery machine at home, and I just slowly learned how to do logos and whatnot. And then it started from there. And then my husband would go out and hand out my cards. Oh, if you need jackets for your team or staff, my wife does embroidery. So it started as just one little machine, and then it grew over the years. And now I have a staff of 41, and we do all types of embroidery, screen printing, promotional products there. And then so during COVID, what inspired this store is the fact I seen there was a huge need for anything Indigenous in a mall or store where you can just go and buy. Normally when you find something, either buy it online that has an Indigenous artwork on it, or if you know somebody that is an artist and wants to sell their products. But not a lot of people print on apparel, and I thought that was really important that we filled that need. And what better place to do it is put it in Bolo Park Mall. I said there's a huge Indigenous community here in Winnipeg, and I think this was a need that needed to be filled. And
just pulled it all together. So it's shirts, it's hoodies, it's wallets, it's purses, it's masks, it's hats. So it's not just, and water bottles. It's not stuff that you make at Dreamcatcher.
Yes.
You source things from other people who, like artists and shops that make them. So this has been, you said you've been here since July.
Yes.
You had a little bit of a crush that came on on our first Truth and Reconciliation Day, right?
Yeah. So it was really great. The response that we received was really overwhelming, and
people looking for orange shirts, specifically.
For sure. So there was 2 dates that were really important for us. I think we had our grand opening, soft opening on June 30th, and we started selling the shirts already at that point. So we got a really overwhelming response just for everybody to wear orange on Canada Day, and then also leading up to September 30th. I think the month of September was pretty much lineups every single day, so it was really great.
Do you feel, and is it just Indigenous people, First Nations, Inuit, Métis that come here and shop, or is there?
No, there's everybody comes here and shops. It's really nice to see. It's like there's all different faces in the store at any given time and shopping here, and people love it.
Do you think that would have been the case if you opened here like 5 years ago or 10 years ago, or has something changed?
I don't think so. 10 years ago, probably not. 5 years ago, maybe. But it's different. It's really different this year, and I find that there's more people wanting to support Indigenous-owned, Indigenous business. It's all part of the reconciliation, and I think that's really important.
Yeah. What advice would you have for entrepreneurs who are thinking either they've just started their business and they're not sure how to grow it, or people who are sitting at home going, I've got this idea in my head, but I don't know how to run a business. What advice do you have to those people?
Gosh, it all starts with an idea and a dream and a passion inside of you. If you have that in you, you got to follow it through. Look, there's so many resources out there to tap into business, but I think it's really important if that's something you want to do, you have to pursue it. And you have to know, being in business, it's not easy. It's tough. I have a great resource. I have my family, great supports, and there was many times I wanted to give up. Many times, and it was a tough struggle. But for me, what drove me is the fact that I was doing it for my family, doing it for my kids, you know. It's just like, and to see the smile on their faces when they see the business doing so well, I couldn't ask for anything better than that, you know.
Put your kids to work here?
Yep. All my kids.
Every business owner, right?
Yeah.
How old are your kids?
26, 20, and 18.
And they're in here slaving away for mom.
Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love having my kids by my side, and they learn the business, and they want to, one day, this is yours, like, you know, run it, learn it, you know, and I mean, and I'll step back, and I do it for them.